Hey, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are digging into a massive question for pretty much any business out there. How do you find the right partner to make sure people can actually find you online? Let's dive right in. It's a pretty scary thought, isn't it? You could have the most amazing product, the best service in the world, but if your customers can't find you when they search, well, do you even really exist online? Honestly, this is the exact problem that keeps a lot of business owners up at night. Okay, look at this number, 93%. Just let that sink in for a second. This one number is pretty much the entire reason we're having this conversation today. It's huge and it represents a complete change in how all of us find, well, everything. Right. That's what that 93% really means. Almost every single time you, me, or anyone else goes online to do something, it all starts with a search engine. The front door to your business isn't on a street anymore. It's right there on Google's results page. That's why getting found isn't just a nice to have, it's an absolute must. So, the big question is, how do you make sure you're the one that shows up when people are looking? Well, you find a partner. Let's talk about what an SEO agency is and why they might just be the most important partner you haven't hired yet. So, what is an SEO agency really? To put it simply, think of them as your expert guides to the wild world of the web. Their entire job, their whole focus, is to understand these super complex, ever-changing rules of search engines and use that knowledge to get your website in front of the right people. And what they do is this whole ecosystem of things. It all starts with keyword research, which is basically figuring out what your customers are actually typing into that search bar. Then you've got on-page and technical SEO to make sure your website is built in a way that search engines can understand and love. They'll also handle creating content and building links to show that you're an authority in your space. And the most important part, it's all tied together with analytics and reporting so you can actually see that it's working. Now, you might be thinking, wait, can I just do all this stuff myself? And look, it's a fair question. But the reality is, it's a huge trade-off. Doing SEO in-house basically becomes a full-time job on its own, one that requires you to constantly be learning. On the other hand, partnering with an agency frees you up to do what you do best, run your business, while giving you instant access to a whole team of experts. Okay, this is another really key point to understand. An SEO agency is a specialist. They live and breathe organic search. A digital marketing agency is more of a generalist. They'll handle the whole shebang, paid ads, social media, you name it. Knowing this difference is critical because it helps you pick the right type of expert for what you're trying to achieve. All right, so you're on board, you get it, you need one. But how in the world do you choose the right one? It can feel like a really daunting task, but it doesn't have to be. Let's just walk through a simple 5-step blueprint to help you make the best choice. Here it is. This is your roadmap. First, you've got to define your own goals. Then, you research agencies. After that, you ask a ton of questions, get some proposals, and finally, you focus on building a real partnership. We're going to zoom in on a couple of these because getting them right is absolutely crucial. Seriously, before you even think about emailing an agency, you have to get clear on what you actually want to achieve. Who are you trying to reach? What does success really look like for you? Is it just more website traffic or is it actual sales? And what can you realistically afford? A great partnership can only happen once you have the answers to these questions yourself. Okay, so now you're talking to some potential agencies. It's your turn to interview them. And don't be shy here. You need to ask them about their specific strategies. How are they going to track performance and report it back to you? What's their communication going to be like? And who specifically is on the team that will be working on your account? Their answers will tell you everything you need to know. Now, let's zoom out a bit. Because choosing an agency isn't just about signing a contract and then hoping for the best. It's about building a real long-term relationship that's going to fuel your company's growth for years to come. And if you take away just one thing from all this, let it be this. SEO isn't just about tactics and tools and data. It's a partnership. The absolute best, most successful campaigns are always built on trust, open communication, and shared goals. It's a true collaboration. So that kind of brings us to the final question, doesn't it? Finding the right agency, that's not just a marketing decision. It's a commitment you're making to a growth partnership. And the real question is, are you ready to find yours?